Lots of people think that you need to spend a lot of money to get started in baking. You'll see lots of fancy gadgets on Instagram, on YouTube, and you think you have to get them. But actually, you don't. You can pretty much start baking without spending a lot on baking tools. There are some essential baking tools that if you have them, you are good to go and you can bake any cake that you want. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. So in this video, I'm going to show you my essential tools that I use for my baking. You'll probably find that you have some of them already in your kitchen, so you don't even have to go out and buy them. And the few that you don't have, you can add that to your collection and you can get started with baking. So watch this video all the way to the end so that you don't miss out on any tools that will make your baking so much easier. I often tell my viewers that people struggle with baking because they haven't got the right tools. It's like if you're trying to nail something to a door and you haven't got a hammer and you're using a screwdriver. Yeah, that's how it is when you're baking and you haven't got the right tools. Anyway, let's get started and I'll show you the tools that you need as an essential for your baking, and then you know what you need to have, and you can look in your kitchen and use the stuff that you already have, and if you haven't got them, then you know what to get. So this video will save you time, money, effort, and will help you bake amazing cakes. Right, on to the serious stuff. So I put on my glasses so we can see. So these are all the tools that I think that you need for your baking experience to make things easier, to save you time and money and effort and all that lovely stuff. Okay, let's start with the basics. You need stuff for weighing. Weighing is very important. Accurate measurements are important in getting that right cake spot on. So you need things for weighing. So a scale is essential. I much prefer to weigh in kilograms. Get a good scale. It don't cost you so much, but that will save you time and wasted effort. You also need measuring tools for smaller quantities and for liquids. So I've got a selection of measuring cups, and get one that has different measurements. So this one measures in pints, it measures in mils, and it measures in ounces. So this one is for bigger quantities, and this one is for smaller quantities. For smaller dried ingredients like your baking powder and things like that, cocoa powder, vanilla, you need your measuring spoons. These are cheap and cheerful and they come in different sizes. So from tablespoon right up to 1/8 of a tablespoon. I also have measuring cups. I don't often use this because they're not as accurate as using a weighing scale, but a lot of recipes are still measured in cups, so it's quite useful to have in your kitchen for your baking needs. So measuring is the start of baking. The next thing is you've got to mix up your batter, so you need all the tools that you're going to use to mix up your batter. So let's have a look at these tools. So you need mixing bowls. I would recommend that you have 3 different types of mixing bowls: a glass one, plastic one, and also a metal one. Let me just go and get my metal mixing bowl. So this is my metal mixing bowl. It's also the mixing bowl that I use for my stand mixer. So 3 different types of bowls: glass, plastic, and metal. So the advantages of having mixing bowls of different materials is that they serve different purposes. So some things are better when you're mixing in a glass bowl, for example, because it conducts heat differently. If you want to be doing things on the stove, you might prefer to use the metal one or the glass one, and plastics are cheap and cheerful. So it's good to have a wide range of bowls made of different materials and in different sizes so that you can mix things properly. A sieve is also important to have. Sometimes you need to sieve some of your ingredients, so sieving like things like your cocoa powder, your flour, and things like that. So again, you probably have a sieve in your kitchen pantry. Go and have a look. I bet you that you already have a sieve, so you don't even have to buy one. Just use the one that you've already got. Spatulas are important to mix up stuff. Buttercream, batter, caramel, lots of different stuff. A whisk is always handy to have. You need a bread knife for cutting your cakes and things like that. A straight palette knife. This is useful for taking your cakes out of the cake pans and for other general uses. Also, it's useful to have a kitchen scissors so you can open packets, cut things, cut parchment paper, cut foil. I mean, you will find lots of uses for your regular kitchen scissors. And this is a underrated tool. It's a cake tester. So you just stick that into your cake to check that it's ready. And this is reusable. You just wash it and reuse it. So it's preferable. Well, I prefer to use this rather than using like a toothpick or a skewer. And last but not the least, you need tools that you're going to bake your cake in. So these are the basic cake tins that I would say that you have. You'd want to have them in a few sizes depending on the sizes that you bake. So if you're going to be making cupcakes, then get a cupcake tin and also a baking tray for making other baked goods like brownies, hot cross buns, and things like that. And one more thing. A wire rack. This is actually, the thing that you use at the end. So once your cakes are baked, don't store them and leave them in the cake pan. Tip them onto a wire rack and they will cool off on that. I bet you're thinking, I've missed something out. Have you worked out what it is that I've missed? No, I haven't forgotten. I've saved it for last. You need something to mix your cake. And that could either be a stand mixer, like my stand mixer showing there, or a hand mixer. Or if you haven't got either, you can actually mix your cake with your hand tools. So you can use a whisk or a spatula, or you can have like a big wooden spoon. Let me get one and show you. So I've got these wooden spoons, which some of my viewers actually use. So where I'm from in Nigeria, we use this quite often in our cooking. So this is quite good for mixing your cake batter if you haven't got a mixer. Yes, it's a bit of a workout, but those are the tools that some people have to use. So these are the essential tools that you need to get you started in your baking journey. So I did tell you, you don't need a lot. And if you have all these tools, you are good to go. So don't forget, if you've got any questions or anything that wasn't clear on this video, just drop a comment and you can catch me on Facebook or Instagram. And I think next time I will talk to you about the essential tools that you need for cake decorating. So I think that will also save you time and money. Hopefully that's coming up soon. If you subscribe and if you click the notification button when I put that video on, and when I upload that video, you'll be the first to know so you don't miss out. So yeah, if you can click the subscribe button and if you can put the notification buttons on, like and follow, share, put any comments, and just have a great time baking.